Good afternoon, students. Today we have to discuss the street lighting and its design and its applications. The main objects of the street lighting are to make the traffic and obstructions on the road clearly visible in order to promote safety and convenience. Number 2, to make the street more attractive, because architecture is one, it more attracts the consumers in the same fashion, so it determines the community of that street. It determines the community or standardization of that street. These are the main three objectives for street lighting. Then it is slightly different from interior lighting schemes, because the principles employed for street lighting is entirely different from that principles applied for interior lighting scheme design, because there are no walls, there is no ceiling which reflects and diffuses the lights. Hence you have to give more this object, and with considering all these points, it is applicable for only direct lighting. Hence, if we are using the direct lighting, then such a system is not free from shadow formation and high contrast and formation of glare. These 3 points are to be kept. Such a system should be designed which should be give minimum glare and minimum shadow to object view. The illumination area is larger as compared to interior lighting scheme. The main concentration is economical design and less importance for color rendering property. As per the illumination area is large, hence it necessitates requirement of high level illumination, because one has to look continuously at nearby the object. Hence high level illumination is not required, because only the concentration is given to view nearer objects. Hence we have to consider lower illumination, because eyes are more sensitive stage and glare is also avoided. In case of interior lighting, the objects are seen by the light reflected by them, but in design of street lighting it is entirely different. The objects are seen or viewed by relatively brightness of background. Hence the design of street lighting mainly depends upon two principles, either diffusion principle or specular reflection type principle. In case of diffusion principle, the lamps are fitted with suitable reflectors. These reflectors direct the light downward and spreads the light uniformly over the road surface. In order to avoid the glare, the reflectors are made of angle 30 to 45 degree cutoff, so that filament is not visible to observer. The diffusing nature of the road surface causes the reflection of incident light to the observer. Therefore, road surface appears as bright to the observer. The illumination at any point in the road surface is calculated by applying point to point law or methods, or by using inverse square law methods. In certain conditions, the surface is illuminated by 2 lamps. In such condition, the total illumination is sum of 2 lamps illumination. So number 2, specular type of principle, specular reflection principle. You can view the diagrams. One diagram gives the diffusion reflection principle, specular reflection principle. So incident light comes and reflected from the surface, it goes to the observer or the human. in particular angle, incidence and reflected with making an angle. But in case of diffused reflection principle, incidence light is there, but hitting the surface, the light diffused in all directions. You can observe the main difference between specular type of reflection and diffused type of reflection. So, second diagram is related to specular type of reflection principle. In this scheme, the reflectors are used of curved surfaces. The reflection is upwards, so that light thrown on the road is at very large angle of incidence. So, a motorist requires to view the object minimum 30 meters. Minimum 30 meters is required on the surface. A motor driver can view the object. From the diagram, it is observed that much light is emitted by L3 because which is nearer to the driver condition, but L3 is not reflected towards the observer, whereas most of the light from lamp L1 and lamp L2 is reflected towards the observer. Thus, the object will appear due to brightness of the road surface from longer distances. So, sometimes direct lighting also provides the observance of nearer or neighboring conditions of the objects. So, some lighting system, some part is also direct lighting which is falling on that. So, this also helps to observe the drivers for neighboring driver system or neighboring obstacles. So, this method of street lighting is more suitable for straight sections of road where it is available, there it is more suitable, and it is also more economical as compared to diffusion lighting system. But this system is suffered from, there is a production of glare and motorists are not free from the glare effect. Then you give some importance to the mounting height of lamps and level of illumination. The illumination required for this type of lighting system depends upon class of street light installations. For important shopping centers are there, road junctions are there. In such condition, the minimum illumination level required is 30 lumens per meter square, whereas poorly lighted suburban streets, in such condition illumination level required is 4 lumens per meter square. Then average lighted street, it requires 8 to 15 lumens per meter square. So, different community, different standardization of human being or streets being, different illumination level, you can see there different levels, urban, suburban, and depending upon different smart cities. So, it can distinguish different illumination levels. Finally, excellent illumination is that when the distance apart is not more than 8 times height of the luminaries. That means 8 meter above the street level, they should be spaced not more than 64 meters. What is the height and what is the spacing of the design factor is available. Lamp post should be always fixed at the junction of roads, because as possible as to give the better illuminations at the junctions. So, once point is also remembered or should be avoided, where large trees are available, then lamps placing should be avoided. In general, mercury vapor, sodium discharge lamps are applicable for this lighting scheme, because these lamps will consume low power. This diagram shows there are various type of lighting systems, street lighting systems. Number 1, single side lighting. Observe. Both side lighting opposite. Observe. Both side lighting staggered and central lighting. Hence, you can see their height and spacing and different type of locations, different type of lighting system layouts are available. Okay. Suppose question may come, why the street lighting is required or what are the benefits of highway lighting? You can tell, due to proper street lighting, the police can do their better job, patrol during the night job, and their job becomes easier and more manageable. Number 2, increase in business in city or downtown or during the night, which would otherwise been totally desired. Number 3, the architects and town planners have found lighting to be a major source to increase the beauty of their project. Number 4, due to good street lighting, there is a considerable reduction in accidents during the late night hours. The illegal actions and antisocial activities on the roads are going to be stopped or reduced, and it also gives the pleasant atmosphere during the night. Thank you, sir, to one and all.